The tectonic plates of global power are shifting, creating ripples that are felt across every corner of the globe. For decades, the United States has reigned as the world's preeminent power, shaping the international order according to its vision. Its influence has been felt in every major global event, from wars to peace treaties, from economic policies to cultural exchanges. However, a new challenger has emerged on the horizon: China. This ancient civilization, with its rich history and vast population, is now stepping into the limelight. With a remarkable economic transformation and a growing global footprint, China is increasingly asserting itself on the world stage. Its cities are bustling with activity, its technology is advancing at a rapid pace, and its influence is spreading far and wide. This is not just about trade wars or military buildups, it's about a comprehensive strategy that encompasses economic, political, and cultural dimensions. It is a fundamental realignment of power, with profound implications for the future. The balance of power is shifting, and the world is watching closely. The United States, born from a revolution against imperial rule, has long championed a rules-based international order. This order has been the bedrock of global stability, promoting peace and prosperity. This order, enshrined in institutions like the United Nations and the World Trade Organization, has underpinned global stability and prosperity for decades. These institutions have facilitated cooperation, resolved conflicts, and promoted development. But as China's economic and political might grow, so too does its desire for a greater say in how the world is run. China is no longer content to be a passive player. It wants to be at the table where decisions are made. This raises fundamental questions about the future of the global order. Will the existing system adapt to accommodate China's rise, or will there be a clash of titans? Will China seek to overthrow the existing system and replace it with its own, or will it find a way to coexist within the current framework, reshaping it to better reflect its interests and values? Or will it seek to reshape the current order from within, adapting it to better reflect its interests and values? The strategies China employs will determine the course of the 21st century. The answers to these questions will have profound implications for all of us. The world is interconnected like never before, and changes in one part of the globe can have ripple effects everywhere. This is not a new story. History is filled with examples of rising powers challenging the status quo, leading to periods of upheaval and transformation. History is replete with examples of rising powers challenging the existing order. From the Roman Empire to the British Empire, the rise and fall of great powers have shaped the world we live in today. What is different this time is the sheer scale and speed of China's rise and the interconnected nature of the globalized world in which it is unfolding. The stakes are higher, and the potential for both conflict and cooperation is greater than ever before.
China's economic transformation over the past few decades has been nothing short of breathtaking. The rapid urbanization and modernization of its cities have been a testament to its incredible growth and development. From a relatively poor agrarian society where the majority of the population relied on traditional farming methods and rural life, China has become the world's second-largest economy, a global manufacturing powerhouse, and a hub of financial activity. The transformation has been driven by an unprecedented scale of industrialization and urbanization, and a major player in international finance. Chinese banks and financial institutions now have a significant presence in global markets, influencing international trade and investment flows.
This remarkable growth has been fueled by a combination of factors, including market-oriented reforms, massive investments in infrastructure, and a strategic focus on developing high-speed rail networks and advanced manufacturing capabilities, and a relentless focus on education and technological development. The emphasis on STEM education and innovation has positioned China as a leader in various high-tech industries. The Chinese government, under the leadership of the Communist Party, has played a central role in guiding this economic transformation. Through carefully crafted policies and strategic planning, the government has steered the nation towards prosperity.
Through a combination of state-owned enterprises and strategic investments in key sectors such as technology, energy, and infrastructure, Beijing has steered the Chinese economy towards its current position of strength. Special economic zones and financial districts have become the epicenters of economic activity and innovation. This model of state-led capitalism has proven remarkably successful in generating economic growth, creating jobs, and lifting millions out of poverty. But it has also raised concerns about the role of the state in the economy and the lack of political freedoms. The tight control over information and surveillance has sparked debates about human rights and individual liberties.
China's economic rise has had a profound impact on the global balance of power. Its influence is now felt in every corner of the world, from trade to technology. It is now a major trading partner for countries around the world, facilitating the flow of goods and services on an unprecedented scale. And its vast reserves of foreign currency give it significant leverage in international affairs. This financial strength allows China to invest heavily in other countries and influence global economic policies. This economic clout has enabled China to project its influence far beyond its borders, funding infrastructure projects and forging alliances across continents, challenging the traditional dominance of the United States in areas like trade, investment and development. The competition between these two superpowers is reshaping the global economic landscape.
However, China's economic rise has not been without its challenges. The rapid development has created a stark contrast between the modern urban centers and the older, less developed areas. The country faces growing income inequality, environmental degradation, and an aging population. These issues pose significant risks to sustained economic growth and social harmony. These challenges will test the resilience of the Chinese economy and the ability of the Chinese government to maintain social stability and continue its upward trajectory. The future of China's economic ascent will depend on how effectively it can address these pressing issues while continuing to innovate and grow. Central to China's global ambitions is the Belt and Road Initiative, or BRI, a massive infrastructure development project that spans Asia, Africa, Europe, and beyond. This initiative is not just about building physical infrastructure, it's about creating a new global economic landscape. This ambitious undertaking, often compared to the historical Silk Road, aims to build a network of roads, railways, ports, and other infrastructure projects that would connect China more closely to the rest of the world. The vision is to create seamless trade routes that facilitate the easy movement of goods, services, and people. The BRI is perhaps the most tangible manifestation of China's growing global influence and its desire to reshape the international order. It represents a strategic move to position China at the center of global trade and economic activities. For China, the BRI is an opportunity to secure access to vital resources, expand its economic influence, and promote its development model abroad. By investing in these projects, China aims to create new markets for its goods and services, ensuring long-term economic growth. By investing in infrastructure projects in developing countries, China is positioning itself as a partner for growth and development, offering an alternative to the Western-led model. This approach is designed to foster goodwill and strengthen diplomatic ties with participating nations. The BRI has been met with a mix of enthusiasm and apprehension. While the promise of new infrastructure and economic opportunities is appealing, there are concerns about the long-term implications of these investments. While many countries welcome the investment and development opportunities it offers, others worry about China's growing influence and the potential for debt traps. Critics argue that the financial terms of BRI projects can lead to unsustainable debt levels for participating countries. The United States in particular has viewed the BRI with suspicion, seeing it as a tool for Chinese expansionism and a challenge to its own interests. This has led to increased geopolitical tensions and a reevaluation of global alliances. The BRI is not just about bricks and mortar. It encompasses a broader strategy that includes technology, culture, and education. It is also about spreading Chinese influence and promoting a vision of a more multipolar world where China plays a leading role. Through the BRI, China seeks to create a new global order that reflects its values and interests, challenging the existing Western-dominated system. Section 5. Military might, securing China's interests. As China's economic and technological power has grown, so too has its military might.
China's defense budget has increased steadily in recent years, and the country has been investing heavily in modernizing its armed forces.
This military buildup is a natural consequence of China's growing global stature and its desire to protect its interests both at home and abroad.
China's military modernization is focused on developing advanced weapons systems, including hypersonic missiles, aircraft carriers, and cyber warfare capabilities.
These developments are raising concerns in the region and beyond, particularly in the United States, which sees China's growing military power as a potential threat to its own military dominance.
China's military activities are not limited to its immediate neighborhood. The country has been expanding its naval presence in the Indian Ocean, conducting anti-piracy patrols in the Gulf of Aden, and establishing its first overseas military base in Djibouti.
These actions reflect China's growing global reach and its determination to play a more active role in international security affairs.
While China maintains that its military modernization is purely defensive in nature, its actions are being closely watched by its neighbors and the United States.